Hi, hello everyone. Welcome again to a new video. So this is our fifth video as part of Jira for Product Owner series, and this is going to be a brief video where we will cover how we can understand the all work feature in Jira, how we can utilize it, and in your role as a product owner, how it can be very handy. We will also understand what are some filters which are really useful when it comes to looking at and working with this particular view. We will also understand one feature which is basically a Jira Atlassian Intelligence or Jira AI, which automatically helps us to create the JQL, or we can simply use the Jira AI in a plain English and it gives us the results. So we will look at some of the Jira AI examples as well. So this is going to be the topic for this particular fifth video. So let us start. So I'm sharing the Jira Cloud instance, which I have been using for these particular videos and this series. So what we will do is this is the space name that we have been using for Jira for the PO series. In fact, I have named the space as Jira for the PO. So if I simply click on this space, the space gets opened. And as I have been briefing at the start of the video that this is a Scrum template based space, we can see that active sprint is enabled. And another way to check it is if we go to the backlog and we see the sprints are defined. We have one active sprint which is started like this month on 23rd, and it will end on 5th of Jan. So it denotes that we are using a Scrum based template. Now the topic of today's video is how we can use one of a very handy feature. So let's say you are product owner or a business analyst or a product manager or a product owner working in a skilled agile setup. So you might need some handy features, in order to look at some of the information that you want to look at for your team's perspective, for your own work perspective. So that particular feature which I found pretty handy is the all work. So if I click on all work, it gives us some information. So what we will do is we can clear the selection, and let's clear the filters. So once we clear all the pre-selected filters, so we can see it is simply saying, okay, project is equal to the key name. This is the key JRFRTHP, and it is listing everything which is there as part of the project. And basically we have the epics as well. So it is listing 9 items at the top, uh, and we can always see. I mean, if we want to if we do not want to change this particular query, we want to keep it like give us all the information related to this particular project. So we can look at some of the information where if I expand this one, it is showing what is there in the epic. And this is the target quarter field. We have the assignee, we have the reporter, and let's say, and the important feature is ask AI. So in case like you are a product owner or a business analyst and you are not from a technical background and you are also new to Jira and you do not understand how to use the JQL, because here we are saying project is equal to this one, and let's say we want to list all the user stories. So we are saying give us all the story. So basically we can remove this one. So in case someone is familiar with the JQL, they will do this kind of thing. Like they will say, okay, project is this and the type is a story. So it is listing all the user stories as part of this project. And it is saying like, this is the count. We have 15 user stories defined in the project. Similarly, if you want to list all the epic, so we can say type is equal to epic. So it is going to list all the epics. So we have 4 epics here. But what if, if someone is not familiar with the JQL? So Jira comes up with the AI, which is Ask AI or the Atlassian Intelligence. So we can say uh, list all stories in project. So if I simply type it in a plain English and click on the go, let's see what it does. So it has done the same thing. It has basically converted my plain English into the JQL. And now we can see that this is the converted JQL. It is saying, okay, project is this one, issue type is a story, order by this one. Similarly, if you want like list all bugs in the project. Okay, so see, we are not changing the JQL. All we are doing is typing in a plain English. So this is pointing we only have one bug which is defined in our project. So this is a very handy feature. And another thing, as a product owner, let's say you want to find out, let's say list of all bugs created this week. Okay, so as a product owner, you want to understand, okay, how many bugs were logged in this particular week. So I'm simply, telling the AI in a plain English. So if I click on go, let's see what it does. Okay, so this is what it has done. It has converted our plain English sentence into a JQL. So it is selling project is equal to this one, issue type is bug, and created is greater than or equals to start of the week. So it is telling, okay, there was one bug which was logged during this week, and we can test it again. I mean, if we open the backlog in a new tab and let's try to create one bug. So what we can do is we can click on create. This is a bug, and let's say user not able to log in app. So this is one of the bug, and we can say this belongs to the active sprint. Okay, so this bug has been created, and now if we go back to our all work view, and if we again search it, so we are going to get the two bugs. So there are two issues or two bugs which were logged in this week. Similarly, if you want to find out like list of all stories created this week, so we can simply change our English sentence, or so we can see that these are the six stories which were created this week, right? And another thing that as a product owner you would like to know is how many stories we have where we haven't defined the description. So list all stories where description is empty. Okay, so this is what it has done. It is telling, we have 13 such instances where we do not have the uh, description or the acceptance criteria available for the user story, and we can check it out as well. I mean, let's say persist card for the user. If you open in a new tab, and we can just simply verify that okay, description is empty. Okay, uh, and if we try to fill it up, card should remain saved even after user is logged out. Okay, so let's say this is one of the description which I have provided. Now, if I go back to my query, which is this one, and try to run it again, earlier the count was 13, now it is showing the count is 12. So this could be also handy. I mean, consider, you are a product owner, you are working in a project which is kind of like very complex, and it consists of, multiple work items, multiple user stories in the backlog, and we want to find out, okay, what are the user story where we haven't put the acceptance criteria. So these kind of like information, quickly find out what you are trying to look for, could be handy. Similarly, let's say we want to find out list of all user story uh, where estimations are null. Let's see what it does. Okay, so basically it is telling, okay, project is our this project. If you type is story, because we have mentioned list of all user story, and story point estimate is empty. Okay, so it is telling these are the stories where story point estimations are not available, and we can check it out as well. I mean, right now we do not see this information, but what if, we want to look at that particular column in this particular information? So what we can do is we can click on the configure column and we can search for story points estimate. So we have these two fields. Let's try to include both story point as well as the story points. Okay, so it is taking the story point estimate, but I mean we are using story points as such. So what we will do is we will just change our sentence. So we will say list of all user story where story points is empty. So if we do that, let's see what it does. Okay, so now we are getting the right information because we do not want to use the story point estimate. So what we can do is we want to remove this column, we can say remove it. And if we want to bring the story points in the front, we can simply drag it and we can place it anywhere we want. Let's say we want to place it just after the assignee. And so it is telling us, there are 5 user stories where story points are not available. And what we can do is, let's say delete multiple items. This is a 3 story point. And if I again run it, so it is telling, okay, now we have 4 user stories in our project where we haven't put the estimation, right? And so this is also a handy feature which could be, pretty useful when we are trying to look for some information. And we can clearly see that, in the sprint one, we have all the user story being estimated. These are estimated. This is also estimated. When it comes to the product backlog, so we are left with the 4 items. Okay. And another way we can find out is, let's say we want to find out list of all user stories where dependency is present. So this looking for the text which is dependency. So, but I mean, we will just try to, rephrase this particular sentence. So list of all user stories where, uh, let's say if I say a list of all user story which are blocked. Okay, so now it is using issue link type, but I mean, it is telling, we do not have any user story in our project which are currently blocked. So let's try to kind of like see how we can test it, right? I mean, let's say we had 2 enabler stories. So we have dev environment setup and we have the build pipeline. But I mean, unless until we have the dev environment setup complete, we cannot proceed with the build pipeline. So what we will do is we will just open the number 11, which is basically build pipeline in a new tab. And let's try to define a dependency. So how can we do that in Jira is using the linked work items. So what we will do, we will say this particular story is blocked by, let's try to find out that particular number, and the number is this one. So we are saying this dev environment setup needs to be completed before we can start working on the build pipeline, and which is okay. So this is just to depict an example. I mean, in the real world scenario, we can have a dependency based on the use case, based on the business cases, and sometimes dependency could be on a different team's work items. So if I click on the link, now it is telling me that okay, build pipeline, this which is an enabler story number 11, it is blocked by number 10. Now, if we have to test it in using this particular all work view, and if I click on go, let's try to run it again. Okay, not run. I think we will have to do the search. Okay, I'm just changing it because it's not giving us the result. Like I said, it's again, it all depends upon the prompt. How good is our prompt, right? So it is telling, okay, issue link type is blocked by. So now it is listing stories blocked currently. So it is basically listing one user story, which is number 11. And it is rightly listing this story because this is the one story which is currently blocked. And what we can do is we can also bring this column. Let's say we say link and we can say linked work items. So if we bring this column, so we can say, okay, this particular user story is currently blocked because of number 10. Okay. And so this is just to, give you guys some examples like how we can utilize this particular view as well as the Ask AI. Similarly, let's say if I want to find out list user stories, list orphan user stories. So user story where we do not have the parents defined. So let's see what it does. Okay, so it is telling, okay, these are the user stories where we do not have the, okay, again, this query is not right because we can see from the information which came up, that means, we will have to change our list user stories where parent is not present. Something like this we can say. And if I click on go, okay, so now it is telling for user story, but I mean, we can simply validate it. What we will do is we will again go to the configure columns and try to see whether we have the parent information available. So if I include the parent, so it is telling parent is none, and we can bring this column a bit in the front. And let's try to define the parent. Let's say for the number 7 uh, user profile. So if I go here and I say this belongs to user management. Okay, similarly, user profile creation, this belongs to the Epic user management. Okay, so now if I search it, now it is telling we have two user story which are basically technical one enablers, and they do not have the parent defined. So this was kind of an example. I mean, that's all, I wanted to cover and showcase the usefulness of this particular handy feature all work, where we can use this particular feature in order to filter some information in our project, find out, search it, and search it using the Jira AI. So if we know the JQL, that's pretty good. But I mean, if we are kind of like struggling and we want to kind of like provide uh, and a prompt in a plain English, we can use the Ask AI. And again, the results depends upon what we are prompting, whether Jira AI is able to understand that prompt. So sometimes, we will have to validate that information. But yes, I mean, I find this particular feature pretty handy. So I hope you guys liked this particular video. And again, I would request if you are new to my channel, please do share and subscribe. Thank you so much.